So I know all of you are probably tired of hearing, cuts coming out. There is the Snyder cut, of course, and now everyone's getting tired. Is like, oh, it's everything director's cut because there's also people wanting the Mark Webb cut from the Amazing Spider-Man 2. There are people who want so many cuts now. But right now, we're getting lots of news right now that there is going to be a new cut coming out, and that is the David Ayer's cut of Suicide Squad. And wow, round of applause, everyone. All right. So this isn't confirmed, of course, because if it was confirmed, you guys probably wouldn't be here. But there are a lot of rumors saying that Warner Bros. Talked with David Ayer talking about the Suicide Squad because ever since AT&T came on to own Warner Bros., they've been looking at things at DC and being like, guys, come on, let's do a better job. And I'm not going to lie, AT&T is probably the savior of DC now. Because Warner Bros., look what they were doing. They took out Zack Snyder 80% through his film and messed it up completely. With Suicide Squad, a finished film, all the filming was done, and they were already on the process of editing it. They completely threw that away and decided to get a trailer company to edit the entire movie, put all these catchy pop songs, blended it into a mixture of weird, not make that movie dark and make it a fun Guardians of the Galaxy-like film. And not only that, but for a while they looked kind of afraid to make moves. Like they were like, all right, let's let Aquaman go because we already filmed that. And we even had a 1-year gap from Justice League to Aquaman where there was no movies. And let's not forget, before that, the time difference between Man of Steel and BVS. BVS came out 2016. Man of Steel came out 2013. And we already got confirmation of a BVS movie in 2013, like a few months after Man of Steel was done at Comic-Con. They confirmed it. So things at Warner Bros. Were going all messy. AT&T comes in and they're like, all right, DC is the biggest property that Warner Bros. Has. So of course they're going to go directly towards that and be like, all right, let's do something about it. And they saw all these issues, and they're like, release the Snyder Cut. It's in such high demand. Why wouldn't you? It's going to have a ton of subscriptions to HBO Max. So why not? Like, I'm going to be honest. I subscribed to HBO Max because of the Snyder Cut. And I know the Snyder Cut has not come out, of course. I subscribed to it 2 months ago because I was just too hyped up because I knew that's where it was going to be. And I know that's kind of dumb because I could have just waited. But, I went on HBO Max and I saw tons of great shows. Big Bang Theory, Friends, Watchmen, so much stuff on there. And that's a way that AT&T is playing it smart. Now, the thing about AT&T is that they're looking, because Justice League and Suicide Squad are the two failures of DC. They're looking at that and being like, guys, why don't we, like the David Ayer cut, well, the Snyder cut, they were already, guys, let's release it. It looks good. It's on high demand. Make some money out of it. Now, same thing with the David Ayer cut. There's such a high demand from it. Not as high as the Snyder cut. Because let's remember, the Snyder cut, there were so many petitions. There's a massive hashtag on Twitter where it went viral. So much happened with the Snyder cut that it's just, crazy to think about it now. And the David Ayer cut didn't get as much of that, but still as much. And also, let's not forget, Suicide Squad, the theatrical cut, as much as I hated the film, I think it's a god-awful film. Yes, it's entertaining. Yes, it's fun. But I will admit it's a terrible film that needs so much help. But let's not forget the facts. That movie made $700 million in the box office. Yes, it got terrible critical reception. It got terrible fan reception. But the money made, $700 million in the box office, that's a success. As much as you guys hate to admit it, the Suicide Squad was a success. And a lot of people love that movie. So, of course, they're going to be like, hey, why don't we release another version of that movie? That's going to make more money. I am all in for David Ayer's cut because I know it's completely different from what we're going to get. I'm someone who believes a movie should be made by filmmakers. And when a filmmaker gets the justice that they deserve, I'm happy. I mean, I was protesting the Snyder cut for months, actually years. Like 2 years, if we're going to be exact. The David Ayer cut, I was protesting it since last year. Lots of people, if you follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, it's going to be up here on the screen. If you follow me on those accounts, I'm protesting the Ayer cut a ton right now. I'm posting images, I'm posting videos, I'm posting a ton of stuff. where I'm like, yeah, release the Ayer Cut. I was doing the same with the Snyder Cut. I was doing the same with the Snyder Cut. I wasn't protesting the Ayer Cut during my Snyder Cut era because I was like, the Snyder Cut's much more important. But now I'm here to support the Ayer Cut. And there's lots of rumors right now because David Ayer on Twitter said he just saw his version of the Suicide Squad, and he said he loved it. It's amazing. And I honestly think he was going to deliver us a great story. From what I've heard, we're going to get a darker tone about criminals learning to redeem themselves. And I love arcs like that of redemption. And we were going to get Joker and Harley Quinn's toxic relationship. Because remember, in the original version, they just made it look like a lovey-dovey relationship, which completely annoyed me because that Halloween, lots of people were dressing as Joker and Harley. They had shirts where like, she's my Harley and he's my Joker. I was just looking at that laughing. I'm like, you guys do realize that's the most toxic relationship ever. Like, Joker mentally and physically abused Harley Quinn. But of course in the movie, now that's the general audience's point of view, of course, you know, they saw that and they were like, nah, it looks like they're a great couple. They're just both weird psychotic clowns. But yeah, that I really wish we got more. It's probably gonna be on HBO Max. It's not confirmed as of yet. A lot of the big sources are not confirming it, but I personally do believe that we will be seeing it because let's not remember, a few months ago, someone asked AT&T on Twitter, "Hey, can we get the Ayer Cut next?" And then they responded to that tweet saying, "One cut at a time." Meaning, you know, let's do the Snyder Cut first, and then David Ayer's cut. You know, take things, small things at a time. Because right now, AT&T, I think, has fixed Warner Bros. Or not Warner Bros., but has fixed DC. Because now look at all the properties. We have Wonder Woman 84 coming. We have The Batman. We have Black Adam. We have Flashpoint, a movie I never thought was ever going to be released. Because remember, that movie was supposed to be released in 2018. And we're right now just barely having a finished script with an actual director, with an actual cast. We're getting Michael Keaton's Batman back. We're getting Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods. We're getting Aquaman 2. We're getting so much at DC at the moment that you have to look at things and thank AT&T, because AT&T truly is the savior of DC. They are fixing the mistakes that Warner Bros. Have done, and they legit look at Warner Bros. And think, guys, come on. This is your biggest property, and you're not even using it to its best potential. And not only that, but we're also getting a multiverse. I mean, look what happened with Joker. Look what happened with Aquaman. Billion-dollar hits now. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video, and please go out, put on Twitter, put on all social media to hashtag release the Ayer Cut, because we do need that Ayer Cut released, because that film, you know, we need justice for the director. And